Hello everybody, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend, a purveyor of good vibes. So today we are here to play some Genshin Impact. And since we managed to get Sparrow Abyss kind of done yesterday, so kind of, but I completely finished it. So that's the nice thing. We will be focusing on Roses and Muskets today, that event that's been out for I think about a week now. I think the full event just finished, like, arriving like a couple days ago. So if I'm fast enough, I might be able to finish it all today. But depending how long the event is, we'll see how long it will take for me to finish it. Because these kind of events tend to be a little bit longer than most normal events. If they have like kind of the main characters involved, kind of not main characters, but gacha characters involved. And usually the stories tend to be a bit more better than those kind of events, so I'm kind of expecting a lot, especially when they star one of my main characters that I normally use a lot, but she has a gun. She has a gun instead of a sword, right? Does that mean my Yaka eventually will get a gun too? Probably not, but at least I have the costume, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started and see what we have in store for us. $10 days left. Should be able to finish the event before the event's over. Oh, wait. My crystal fly trap is actually finished. I'm gonna get that and reset it. This is such a nice thing. I actually don't do the parametric transformer as much as I should, but I feel like when it comes to the crystal fly traps, I always do it. I guess it's because, like, for the parametric transformer, I usually kind of wait until there's an electric crystal around, then I use it right there so that it can auto finish, but I'm like too lazy to just beat up the transformer myself. But okay. But at least with the crystal fly trap, I can set it anywhere and just set and go. Okay, so now that we have that done, let's go ahead and go to the event. And it looks like it's in a fontaine, obviously. And I'm kind of curious what this character that looks like. Wow, I forgot the name of the character already in oh no, Pom-Pom, right? Pom-Pom. Is there a Pom-Pom? But it really does Pom-Pom. It's part of Pom-Pom. But Pom-Pom from what? Oh, I got thrown into the event already.
Seriously? But Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to come up with something on your own. Take it from me. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Same goes for this film festival.
Oh.
Hey, isn't that Xavier? So he's back in Fontaine now.
Trying to remember who this guy was. His name sounds familiar.
Yay!
Oh, it was that guy next to, like, Inazuma, right? Who was trying to make some videos that involved my character acting a little bit into it. Oh wait, was I acting or was I trying to, like, help the actors act? Maybe a bit of both. But yeah, it was like a side quest that was there. And man, it was long ago since I done it. I don't even know if I fully even finished it, but he was there. But anyways, that's him.
Oh, why, if it isn't the dear Traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect to bump into you here at this time.
It's been a while. How have you been?
Well, I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times and is no longer able to provide the promised amount of funds.
Can't you just find a different investor?
Not easy, I suppose.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. We had signed an agreement specific to the Fontanalia Film Festival, stipulating that I cannot work with any other investors until the festival is finished.
Oh.
The Fontanalia Film Festival? What's that?
Oh, is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival? Then allow me to fill you in. The Fontanalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique laws and trials. It's one of the most important festivals for this nation.
But what's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
I probably do that a lot myself.
Trying to recall the exact description from the books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics. I usually try to recite things straight from the source.
Well, either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
Oh man, I'm pretty bad at like remembering details, so I would not be able to do what he just did.
Yes, those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival? And just like those of other nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora of events around this time each year. To commemorate the Loch Knights, people will imitate them by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and going door to door asking for pure water. But a few years ago, Lady Farina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
That really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
The
Yeah.
whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids. Every year you can hear a bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
I was just thinking, man, doesn't that just change it to like Halloween and then suddenly trials or treats?
Oh,
This is great.
that's pretty fun. But how does that connect back to the film festival you mentioned?
Ah, yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. I just got too excited after seeing you. Let me get back to the point. The Fontanalia Film Festival is an event proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year. Now that film technology has matured as a medium, it's the perfect time to introduce more people to the art form. During this time, people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
The what award?
The Farina Award. You know, after the Hydro Archon. They coined it while Lady Farina was still in power, but even though things have changed, no one has made any motion to update the name.
Yeah, well, what would it be after she's gone now?
Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate name. Even though she isn't the Hydro Archon any longer, Lady Farina is still Fontaine's superstar. Anyone with eyes can see the way she shines on the stage.
Huh. Alright. Guess the name does work pretty well when you put it that way.
Oh, but who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuma.
Chiori? Sounds familiar. Where have we heard that name before?
She runs the clothing store in the corner of Fontaine. No, Chioria Boutique? Actually, I didn't even know this myself.
Yes, that's her. I asked her to oversee the event's art direction, including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed by Chiori, and Kirara's outfit too.
how to describe her? Well, she tends to be pretty direct and can be very forceful when it comes to dealing with people. The fashion world in Fontaine has dubbed her the Thundering Seamstress.
Kind of sounds like a lot of the Genshin characters' clothes might come from her.
Her remarkable designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma.
Well, I meant like gacha characters, but you guys probably know that.
Anyway, Chiori is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul.
Oh, does this mean Yaka's here as an actor? Wouldn't have expected that.
Who are the actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them? Judging from the time, the Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
The crack of muskets breaking the silence. Guess we're part of some kind of filmmaking event. Okay, starting with the first. Wait, is this? These are the mini games, right? We'll just focus on the story first, then we'll go back to the mini games after. You also get a weapon from this. Ah, I see. It's probably, you know, Navia's 4-star weapon, right? Attack increases by 12%. That's not all. The support from all the Melazines you have helped in Melazine's village fills you with strength. Based on the number you have helped, your attack is increased by an additional 12%. Wow, okay. That's kind of unique. It's kind of cool. I just need to actually help those Melazines a bit more. Yeah, I kind of like touched the surface on it, but that's it. Like, I know they're there. I know where they are, but yeah, I need to go back to them eventually. After all the character quests. Maybe I need to prioritize them a bit more after like Fontaine's character quest. But we'll focus on grabbing this. I can see it being useful for Navia pretty early. Just having energy recharge sword is nice overall. I can even use it on Noelle? Maybe I'm not. It feels like Noelle usually kind of wants defense more than attack. So maybe not. She does like the energy recharge though, but at that point I might as well just stick with the Pavonis sword on her. That way any energy problems she has, she definitely can handle it herself and produce some energy. So, okay. I don't know who I will use the sword on, but it's there if I ever do need it. Maybe Beto? Maybe Beto. Again, I'll think about it. Let's go ahead and I think right here's the story. Yeah, I think this right here is the story. I will at least want to see if I can finish the story today and then finish the minigames on another day. Finishing the minigames on stream is not going to be a high priority though, but I at least want to capture the story. So if it comes to the case where I can't complete everything on stream, then yeah, I will do the minigames off stream. But I think I have plenty of days to stream Genshin that I should be able to cover it all. Yeah, the stream event. Can you go upstairs? Would this be faster? I don't really like took the elevator. This already takes me up top then. No? No, I'm too high. Still faster to probably jump down from here. Oh, who are you? You're a new character.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The aqua bus hasn't even arrived yet.
Shiori is that new, clothes maker, right? She's not the pom-pom like character, right? Maybe with the right costume, maybe? I need to remember how she looks now. And like I have the wallpapers that they released just recently. Let me I gotta compare this very quick. It could be a different character, but I feel like it's most likely a new character they would introduce, right? They wouldn't just introduce another character that I wouldn't know of. But I need to kind of pay attention more to the face. Let's see. I think wallpaper. Look, this doesn't break anything. Nah, I think their faces are totally different. So she's not even the wallpaper girl that's next to Ayaka. Unless she has lenses as well. But her eye color is definitely different. Oh, and then not only that, Chiori is actually in the way background in the wallpaper that I noticed. In the back left corner. Okay, so definitely a different character. I guess she somehow snuck in without me realizing she was there.
Oh? And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
The way Navia's wardrobe come together is really exceptional. The concept behind Kirara's outfit is really original.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure she wouldn't always look like a cat that had been unceremoniously dropped in a bucket of paint. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
He doesn't have money to pay the seamstress or the actors, from what I can tell. That's what happens when we have no funding.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film. The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
So wait, did he spend all the more that he was given already? That it was offered? Or maybe they gave him partial of it and he was trying to get the rest of it, but they said they couldn't? And that's where the problem is?
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Well, Ayaka's one of them, right? Oh, Ayata's gonna be in this one too. That's something I didn't expect. Oh, Yoimiya.
Then where do you live?
We Malazines live in Marcy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived. but I haven't even finished chatting with Aval yet.
I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Yeah, my first tour here in Fontaine was a good one.
I'm usually working here on the Sakura bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma. I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
And what's nice is technically they're from a wealthy family, so they really don't care about the Mora that much anyways, right?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
I could always get the lead role. I do?
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you.
I think that was probably the ideal from the side quest.
So I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this? Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
Very well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Yeah, it's their first time here. I mean, I still don't even know what that is actually in the middle. That just spins. It's powered by, you know, all the energy gathered from the trials. Crazy to think that it could do that much 24/7, but okay. Let's go to the hotel. Oh, I need to also check. Okay. Yeah, I'm just a little bit wary about how sometimes some people join my game while I was mid-dialogue. And just because I forgot the direct join was on. You know, I would have to redo some of the main story dialogue because of that. Because they pull you back for some reason. You would think it would just kind of block people from joining if you're in that kind of situation, but I guess direct join isn't so smart to pick that up. But we're good. Don't have to worry about that. I think it's funny because some of these people just join, and I think they're just here to fish or look for other resources, but don't realize I'm in the middle of the story.
Food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Ah, yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Wait a minute. Two Musketeers. Is it supposed to be a slimmed down version of like the Four Musketeers then? Like half of it?
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
I see. So offered the amount, but he hasn't given the fund yet.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Yeah, isn't that like really soon? Like in like a month?
Mr. Xavier,
Half a month probably?
if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation.
Oh wow. How humble of them.
Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hoped this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
Wow.
You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
It's not much of a choice.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
You help too. Just say that you got our contribution from some personal friends.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to...
Ew. Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will also need to be filled.
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wouldn't know that at all.
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
A clapper board? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
I didn't know that's what they were called.
Yes, that's right. Are you interested in that job?
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to try that!
All right, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics. What do you think, Xavier?
Well, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Oh, he's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
I think they're technically okay, but okay.
I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Teyvat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
Yeah, sure it is.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
As long as I'm able to help. Lights, camera, action.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
I think we better get to work.
So all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Oh, me! I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right? I can handle that.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Oh my god, if she's the director, this film's gonna be perfect.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her! She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
Oh, I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
True.
fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything! Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit. Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides, the whole thing was our idea in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
Let's get her some cake.
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon. I wonder what she would like.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontinalia mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontinalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontinalia mousse.
Sounds like a plan.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You want something even sweeter than Fontinalia mousse?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
Oh, like what?
Well, what could that be?
Your words of praise.
Really? Just that? Okay, I guess I could try. Time to go. I got the recipe. Did I not get the... Do I have to make it myself? Wait, was her house that far? It's so weird to go to like a ex Hydro Archon's apartment. Yeah, I think I kind of recognize this from... I just recognize it from going from that angle and not from that way.
We're here! This is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Coming. Ugh, seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
Wow, she doesn't know who she is? I guess... That's actually surprising if she's like a famous like seamstress.
I'm Chiori.
Oh, she probably heard her name, right? But doesn't actually know what she looks like.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know.
Paimon. Try to be nice, remember?
Huh? Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
What was that animation?
I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
Good thing we brought it then.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with.
It feels funny because it feels like we're bribing her with desserts now, right?
Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Started thinking, but wait, aren't you supposed to be the director?
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
I knew it.
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Is that all that it would take for her to take the job?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
I can show you if you like.
No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself.
Oh, hopefully I'll pass.
Satisfy you with his camera skills? Then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
How hard can it be, right?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Sure, no problem. Whatever you say, Director Farina.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Estelle is the boss of the... Well, I should probably read the title first. Film and theme directed by Farina. Estelle is the boss of the Beaumont workshop and has always been proud of her forging machines. It can not only precisely control the strength of temperature, but also takes no effort from the blacksmith. Let's film a professional video for her workshop. Remember to emphasize the superiority of her forging machines. Hopefully, hopefully the game kind of guides me through this. You need to film several shots according to the director's requirements and compile them into a video. Camera positioning is key, and you should ascertain the camera position requirements beforehand. Yeah, I kind of figured position would be key. Usually the game would tell you where to be, though. When filming, there will be narration requirements. Select the most suitable narration according to the story. Try to satisfy all the director's filming requirements. After select the most suitable choice for all of the camera's positions and narration, you may begin the filming and see the results. Okay. Okay, I guess I need to look at the narration first. Located in the Corner Fontaine, Beaumont Workshop is a weapons workshop that utilizes forging machine. Oh. No, I only have one. So wait, narration first, then... And then... Actually, which one's the shot? Does this tell me? The wide shot. How do I even know? What seems the best? So a full shot versus a medium shot versus a wide shot. I feel like you want a full shot, right? Oh, I guess the narrations are selected by Farina, so I guess I just need to pick the shot that matches the narration the best, right? The machine can precisely control the force applied and the temperature, making it perfect for doing exhausting and time-consuming work. I mean, now we kind of focus into the machine, right? It doesn't make sense to show anything else. Thanks to the machine, the owner of the Beaumont Workshop, Estelle, can completely enjoy each day up at work. I mean, they're talking about the owner, so you want to look at the owner, right? I don't think this shows the owner in any way at all. And she is enjoying her work if she's just drinking tea. Close shot versus medium versus full. I just don't. Hopefully, the first one makes sense. I just know you just want to have a scene that shows the shop, right? I don't know whether that's inside is the best versus the outside of it. Maybe outside of it. Because in the end, you already have a close-up scene of the forge itself, right? That way you know the location of where the workshop is. Then you show the smith. Then you show the owner. But worry not, for the weapon produced by the Beaumont workshops are of outstanding quality with exquisite craftsmanship and keen edge. So the weapon, not the cake. You could show it the cake. That's what they make. They make cake weapons. I think I see any of the weapons there. But I'm assuming this right here is the shipment of what they're making. The weapons are what you want. Look no further than Beaumont. And back to the symbol of the shop, I suppose. It kind of makes me wonder if you're gonna have that shot, whether the first shot should be that. But I'm pretty sure that should be how it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. I'm pretty sure if something's wrong, they would be like, oh, like maybe you should think back at that shot again. Oh, it's gonna animate it? I think the drinking the tea is interesting, but assuming that is tea, that could be coffee. Okay, I actually don't have to go through the camera usage itself. I just need to put clips together.
It appears that you have more skill than I thought. All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
So what's the verdict?
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Farina?
Can someone fail this? That's part of the one thing I'm wondering. Did I do it perfectly and it didn't complain? Or can you actually have a bad version of it and she would give you a bad comment about how bad you did?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know.
Well, I guess when I do make a mistake, I'll know in the future, right?
In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
Kind of problematic for him.
I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervilat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, that caught her.
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
Oh, Kirara.
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say no to not giving her that much freedom when she has that much experience, right?
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
She's not gonna do something crazy, is she?
Absolutely, no problem.
We're counting on you, Director Farina. Now's your chance to make a film that you love.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Thank you, Farina.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Oh, so that's where the pom character comes in, right?
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Glorand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Really? I mean, I guess she's a little bit more fancy. She's more like Wild West, right? Versus Musketeers.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
That problem?
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
Yeah.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loaders commentary, Paimon.
Can't wait to see our film's premiere.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevreuse is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our 2 lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
She's sponsor paid, right? So something that she made's probably gonna be in the movie.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Yeah, that's some real luck right there. It's like scoring SSR on a gacha. Okay, now to see Chevrolet. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but I'm assuming she's the pom-pom-like character. She has to be. And it also makes me wonder, like, if she does become a character in Genshin, how she would play, right? Because she uses Muskets, which isn't really one of the weapon types in Genshin yet. If there is ever going to be a gun type weapon for a character.
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh yeah, definitely the pom-pom character.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Oh,
Are we gonna see a cutscene?
see what happens then.
One of those crazy animated cutscenes?
This person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Chiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Oh, this is a code word. This is kind of cool.
Anyway, to speed things up, there's something I need your help with.
We're talking about like a suspect, right? Is it multiple suspects?
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Yeah, so she's trying to catch them red-handed.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
What are you gonna do? Sound something illegal? You don't even get to see what it is.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end.
Probably some kind of drug. It's a common illegal thing to kind of sell, really.
What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know?
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevras, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
Yeah, it's crazy that she knew she was working.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market.
Like I said, drugs. Synth is technically kind of like a drug, right?
Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hey, I'm Chevras. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
Why didn't you just arrest them immediately? I mean, obviously because they needed evidence, Traveler.
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
Oh, that's why she knew. So she's what's the word when like a info launderer? She just has like a spy network.
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevras. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevras' line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once.
Well, at least they gave them a chance.
Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh,
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Wow.
Just like that!
Is he gonna...
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment.
Nice.
Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got
Makes sense.
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh, isn't this guy lucky?
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Yeah, doesn't that sound exciting?
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish. Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
See you tomorrow. I think Xavier would probably be able to hold himself together.
He'd better.
Oh, I just realized now that the translator might be clipping off. Hey, should be fine now. Yeah, sorry about that for people overseas, but guess I'm just wasn't expecting it to clip off like that. It's usually not like that normally. Okay, what do we need to know?
So what did you want to tell us, Chevres?
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
I heard a bit about it.
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
I see. So they're playing, you know, vigilantes, right? Just the more lethal type of vigilantes.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevroz?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
Wait, so what you're implying is there's a case that you need our help with?
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before.
I was thinking it was just a filming event. I didn't think there would be like, some kind of case involved as well.
There's been a recent murder case involving Muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Oh, wow, okay. Sounds like quite the coincidence, huh?
Huh? Really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
Yeah, you would think that would be a big deal.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
Could it be someone from your platoon?
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon. However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
Can't someone from the Special Patrol help you investigate?
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I don't want people to see Muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
See.
I mean, they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request, nothing more. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
It was like double the story.
What do you think, Traveler?
It's already been quite a day. Let's give it some thought tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Well, we finished the first part. Took longer than I thought, but I think we should be able to do the second part today. So I just need to fast forward it all the way to tomorrow. To 10 in the morning? Oh, whoops. 10's the last to 8 to 10. I saw the number 10. I didn't double check though. I'm kind of late. I'm kind of late, a whole day late, but it's okay. Okay.
It's finally time to meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going.
Here.
Ayaka, Yoimiya, you're already here.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Mermonia.
Oh,
I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture. So I rode the aqua bus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there! 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together! You've already seen them, right?
oh, the Dirge of Coppola and the Nemesis of Coppola.
Yeah, those two! Amazing, aren't they?
Think about the battle I fought against them yesterday during the Sparrow Abyss.
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them, too.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach! Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater! I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves.
Yeah, that's quite the experience. Going from drowning when you do stuff like that in this game to being able to breathe underwater. Wasn't sure how it was gonna work lore-wise, but now we kind of know.
At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in.
Wow, the faith right there.
The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the Romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean Hunter's Rays and Blubber Beasts.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aqua bus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
Good question.
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others,
We're here. Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
6 mile? How long does it take to do a 6-mile jog like that?
Wait, 6 miles?
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of that endless energy everyone else has.
Yeah, out of everybody, I feel like I'm like most like Farina. I'm not really much of a morning person.
good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that for you.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes. I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
Oh, is she gonna have a new costume? Kind of look like she's just wearing what she was currently wearing, though, and like the wallpapers.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Wow, Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Well, I was the biggest star in Olifontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
That's an interesting angle.
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director and the aroma of coffee feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Nice.
Really? That's great!
He is really looking forward to our film and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers.
Yeah, definitely probably will be.
Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce our new members. This is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's props and items. And this is Bonneau, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Wow, sure feels like we have some real professionals joining the crew now.
Yeah.
First of all, please allow me to first express my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew. When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange between Fontaine and Inazuma.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to pour into it. So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers will officially begin filming now! You may take it from here, Director Farina.
All right, listen up, everyone.
Yeah, I never done filmmaking before, so this is going to be an interesting process. I've seen like stuff in anime a couple times, I think. Maybe just once. But definitely the process is probably known to a lot of people, right?
The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa, seems Farina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Yeah.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches. All right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that I mean the good kind of waves.
Yeah, I didn't think about how funny that would be coming from her.
still a bit traumatized by that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to help.
Fiction and reality, inside the outside and outside the frame. Look for the people who need help. What? Just helping people? Well, I guess we were helping Shiori first. The costume? Related stuff? Or makeup?
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyeshadow.
Ah, yes. To help me really look the part.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
He does. I mean, will he really look different after all this? I'm very curious.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you really haven't changed much.
Quiet.
Guess it takes a bit of concentration. Guess we're not really helping, but observing more.
Ah, so this is what a musket looks like.
Not exactly.
Is it really not how it looks like? I guess they're more like pistols than muskets, right? Yeah, but they're not who we need to interact with. But I guess it doesn't hurt to interact with other people.
I don't need any help here. Why don't you try asking someone else?
She knows what she's doing. Hey, Yumiya, what are you doing? You're the director's assistant, right? It's funny how she doesn't need help, but the assistant does.
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it. Hey, Yumiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of atmosphere the lights will create.
Oh, that's a good point.
I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader, right? Those roles are just perfect for the two of you.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold the clapperboard while flying?
Well, sure, there's that, but that's not exactly what I meant. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack.
Actually, we start rolling before that. The clapper board just gets edited out in post-production.
Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yumiya, we need lights over there too.
Oh, on it! I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting to see so many people working together to bring the film to life.
Actually learning quite a bit from this.
Seems like Yumiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond, don't we?
Of course.
Paimon's really happy to hear that.
Okay, time to actually do the filming.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the recoil.
Oh.
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be added in post-production.
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintained.
But she knows her stuff.
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use these types of firearms on a regular basis?
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where it feels like a natural extension of my body.
Yes, this way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy.
Okay, understood.
Oh, that's actually a real tip right there.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
This is the end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And relax your shoulders. Here, allow me to demonstrate. This is the end of the road for you.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
I get it. He's giving up his spot, isn't he? To make the captain one of the musketeers in the movie.
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. All right, I understand.
It just makes sense. She knows the role and she knows the pose.
Could the two of you please come over here?
Huh? What's going on? Are we gonna start filming now?
Let's go see.
It is a big change. But they don't look like siblings though, which was gonna be a problem though, right?
Question for you, Miss Chevres. Would you be willing to play the role of a musketeer?
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevres.
But brother...
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries, and I've heard that the bureaucratic process here can get rather complicated.
So basically, he's too busy with real work to take part of the movie.
Now I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
Are you really sure?
From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship between the two musketeers in the original story could be improved. The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character, but this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well.
It kind of makes me think of like how Rush Hour was kind of produced. Like, you know, maybe I shouldn't say their names of the actors. I think people who watch the movie know who I'm talking about, right? But basically, there are not just... That's not the only movies that kind of did that. There's other movies before where you put two actors from two different cultures kind of together, and it kind of creates some kind of like magical interactions with the two. And you would kind of get this effect, right, when you have two people from two different nations together working together. But then but the question is, these two originally would play off as siblings? That doesn't make sense unless they have two different parents. So yeah, how is this gonna work with the original story?
But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of the story might come through more clearly. Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality is exactly what we need for the older musketeer.
Of course, even with all these insights, the decision should still be made by Miss Chevreuse.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of work.
She really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she's gonna work well as an actor. Being the choreographer, it's much more easier task than actually being the actor. Yeah, but she would still have to prioritize her work, which is also their issue, right? She's still working on some kind of case. And yeah, but we still don't know if she's a big fan of acting either.
All right, I'll take the role.
Wow, that was quick and easy.
Good. It's decided then. I'll get started on making edits to the script. We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the lighting, props, and costumes. I have a feeling that our adaptation will be even better than the original story.
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevreuse. You have my gratitude.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything, I should be the one thanking you.
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, I suppose there's no need to worry. Let's go, Miss Chevreuse. I look forward to working with you.
Please, just call me Chevreuse.
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time. I'm sure you have other reasons for backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the Traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side. I would like to give her some space.
Aw, he's such a good brother.
Alright, go on. Spoil her some more.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
This is the punishment you deserve. This is justice.
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best candidate for the role.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
Are you going to go back to work now?
Yes. I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia. Now, I will have some more time to prepare.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actors to your positions. We're about to start shooting the first scene.
Oh. You know, I just realized something. I don't think I get credit for the Twitch stream thing unless I have my ID being shown. It's been a long time since I streamed Genshin, so I kind of forgot. But I needed to move myself to the other side. It's kind of a little late for being on the second stream, but better late than never. So I'll move over here. Move my translator over there, and now we're in the right position. And I guess it would help. It would definitely help you guys see the choices I make. That was actually my first thought when I was like looking back at some of my preview scenes, but then I forgot that I need to show the ID too. So anyways, yeah, let's continue with the amount of time I have left.
Go on now. And please take good care of Ayaka.
Yep, don't worry.
You can count on us. Good luck with your work.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
I mean, the good news is I kind of read both the dialogues anyways.
All right, now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone. The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still have no idea why. We want to capture how naive and innocent they are despite their pain. Chevres will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment. Silence on the set! Lights! Camera! Action!
Let's go!
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while now.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip! I'm home!
That's the mother. Zoom in for a close shot with the mother. Zoom out for a wide shot. Oh, I have to say, I didn't even get the narration, but I mean, you want to see the whole family, right?
Mother! You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound. Here, I brought your favorite treat, apple turnovers.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Zoom in for a close-up on the mother. Zoom in for a close-up. Yeah, probably on the mother, right?
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was working yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this morning.
Then perhaps they're from when I accidentally tripped when I was out just now. By the way, did you have fun playing at home? What's the matter, Iris?
There's an Iris.
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
And they even called us names. They said we were...
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. Girls, listen to me.
I think you want to see all three characters, right?
It doesn't matter what anyone says.
Kind of far, but sure.
Don't listen to them. No one can define you with such words. You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just like your names. You will both blossom like beautiful flowers. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet, but one day, you two will bloom more beautifully than anything else. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty. Understand? My dear daughters.
And cut!
Hopefully I'm not I'm gonna be graded for this.
Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time.
Oh, got it.
Great. I was a little worried that my nerves would get the better of me. What about you, Chevres?
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must have adapted the role nicely.
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film. You should have more confidence.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next scene after we try a few more camera angles.
Okay. I guess it's not gonna grade me.
This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered. Ready? Lights! Camera! Action!
Mother, we're back. Mother? What's wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? What's... Mother!
poison in this cup.
Oh, I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions. Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone, where can we even go?
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay in this house.
But are we just going to let them get away with this?
Some really good acting.
I promise you. Just not right now.
Definitely makes me feel like I am watching a movie.
Let's go.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her.
Oh, that's an interesting action.
First place, to buy her this flower.
All right. Goodbye, Mother. We'll avenge you. Someday.
And cut!
Oh, they're supposed to be when that happened to like the part where they train and start getting revenge.
Amazing, Ayaka! And were those real tears I saw? How did you do it?
Yeah, that's not easy.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, I told myself not to think about anything. I just felt the weight of the moment and became the character.
Wow, she's the natural.
Similar to practicing the art of the sword. You clear your mind and focus only on what's happening in front of you.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy?
Yeah, it feels like it, right?
Pipe down, everyone! We need to move on to the next scene!
Never knew swordsmanship could do so well with acting. But it makes sense when you think about it, the way Ayaka explained it. All day of filming on the set quickly passes.
Huh? Are we done already? But Paimon wants to keep playing with the clapperboard. How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Oh, talk about the camera. Like, I feel like unless my character was like teleporting all over the place, those camera angles are not easy to all take. You probably would have to make multiple takes instead of just like, you know, that one take thing just zipping around, or have multiple camera people taking like, recording at the exact same time without in angles that isn't seeing the other person. But it's more safer to assume that they're just taking multiple takes, right? Like do one photo, like film in one angle, then stop, then take another, filming another angle. That probably makes more sense for a one-man camera person. Or I'm just teleporting. A little bit, but it was a lot of fun.
Good work, you two.
You too, Shivers. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset.
That's a good point. Yeah, she would be a perfect actor for it. When she knows the story very well, she knows the action, how to handle muskets. Yeah, can't ask for a better actor than her.
Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
But would she really look like this? I feel like at least her clothes should be kind of similar.
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot!
And especially the eye patch. I feel like that's the other thing I was wondering whether it would be appropriate, but I guess it just depends on what costume you had on her. Not like you have the character to control, or just the costume in the first place, but okay.
You have a case where the murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So, how are they similar exactly?
In the story, the main characters grow up to become 2 musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge. And on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned.
So you mean there were rainbow roses in your case too?
Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel. Seems like you're connecting the dots now.
Oh, that does sound pretty concerning. Especially after seeing the script today. Oh, now Paimon can't stop wondering what kind of ulterior motive the murderer might have.
Maybe someone trying to play Vigilante as well.
What do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
If we were only there to assist, then I think we can join the case.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice. There's no time to lose. We should start investigating right away.
Especially when she kind of decided to put herself into the actor role. I feel like she's doing us a lot of favor already, so this is at least what we can do.
Huh? Right now? Well, we just got done filming all day. Paimon's so tired.
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, you will pass right by them in the fog. That's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
I was like, wow, that was really detailed.
Where are we going right
Way to put it.
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
Makes sense. Oh, is it actually far? I'm midway, but I still need to figure out a way to climb back up when I get there. It's probably better for me to teleport here first. Here? This is like close to the toy shop, right? That place?
Welcome to LeChaux's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do.
Yeah, I think that's a good angle to start with to figure out how they got their weapon in the first place. Wait, what? No, I'm getting blocked off for my side quest. Where? I need to go free her, right? This is why I tried to avoid picking up side quests, because I was worried this would happen. But sometimes some of these events kind of throw you into a side quest. Wait, where? Some side quest with Stell and that's involved. Okay, great. They have a shortcut. I don't remember it as something as a side quest from her though. There's still room for improvements here. The hammering force isn't quite right, and the materials used are all the same, so... Is this due to the difference in forging methods? One where the harder material is made into the outer layer, and one where it becomes the inner layer instead? If that's the case, should the corresponding force be preset, or should I make an adaptive mechanism that sets the force based on the forging method instead? Huh? You know, this machine is really fascinating up close. The way it just clangs on the metal by itself. At this rate, it feels like you wouldn't need a blacksmith at all. The machine isn't that smart enough to not need a blacksmith yet. When you need to make something, there's still countless little details that need to be tuned, and the tempering and polishing needs to be done manually as well. However, one day, I will turn it into a fully automated forge. Anyway, do you have a commission for me? Well, that hinges how well the autosmith can perform. Then I gotta show you what I've got. Huh? So you're the blacksmith too, and not just the boss? That's right. I wear both hats. We'll both hammer, however you want to put it. Surprised, huh? People who find out about me for the first time all ends up making the expressions you're making right now. Weird. Where are all the solid chunks of muscles on her arms? She's even leaner than the average person. Yeah, that's right. Can someone like that really work as a blacksmith? Those aren't Paimon's thoughts. Paimon just continue your hypothetical conversation without even realizing it. No offense taken. Truth be told, letting someone as feeble in a body I serve as a blacksmith is the main point of this machine. Humans can use tools and exquisitely designed tools that can make them possible. Some say that all automated forging are hollow and soulless, but if you ask me, the machine is just as much of a tool as a regular smith's hammer. Really, I would love to see those smiths knock metal into shape with their bare hands. Anyway, I digress. I'll forge you a razor-sharp sword for you right away. But it seems like I've run out of materials. It appears we use up too much of our materials during the previous rounds of experiments. What should I do? Oh, Paimon knows. For the next phase, Paimon must pull on a mysterious lever. Once Paimon has done that, the forge will rattle and chime before transferring into a mobile mechanism that will leave to seek materials on its own. Automated material gathering machines. Feels like that would be a high demand design as well. But how shall they differentiate between the different forms of matter? Would they perhaps use the external reflectivity of surfaces to judge the properties of an object? Miss Estelle? My apologies. I got distracted. As it stands, the autosmith is just hammering mechanism. It can't transform nor roam on its own. All materials it uses must still be delivered by human beings. Aww. But if you're interested, you can also give me any spare materials you collected when one is testing and tuning their autosmith. There is always a scarcity of resources. In return, let me offer you some designs from this workshop. I smell some trade secrets. Are you sure that's okay? How should I put it? To me, what matters isn't the product that is forged, but the tool used for forging. Letting the autosmith work with different materials to record more data sets will help the machine create better products down the line. The designs, contrarily, are of lesser importance. So, are we interested in more than just forging materials? Feel free to bring over anything that you might think might be useful. You aren't even trying to scam us with some strange or useless designs, are you? What if the next time we are back, we'll just find an empty shop with no sign of you, the autosmith, or the materials we handed over to you? No, that would never happen. As long as a long-term partnership in such relationships, nothing is more important than trust. I'll make sure the designs will be the highest quality. Besides, even if I could run, it won't be easy for the autosmith to sprout wings and follow. Yeah, I imagine that's a kind of big thing to kind of move around. That's a fair point. Well, that settles it then. I'm looking forward to working with you. I think this is just like a beginning dialogue with her, because she's, you know, get her to forge things for me. I hope this partnership will benefit both of us. Yes, I'm looking forward to see what kinds of materials you will bring to the forge. Not much of a side quest, but at least it's kind of quick to, you know, continue doing the main event story.
Oh, hey, Chevris. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Oh, is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontinalia Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh.
Why's that?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
Then has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Well, I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Centre. I don't typically give them to one specific person.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go off yet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. All right, let's head to Fleuve Centre next.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
You think so, huh? Then I guess you don't know.
Huh? Know what?
That I grew up in Fleuve Centre.
Oh. That's quite news. Would they be happy to see her then? One time I remember really down here is like when I'm doing commissions. It's not like this place is full with outlaws or anything though. It is an interesting place to kind of stay at though. I guess it's kind of like the slums, but it doesn't seem like it's like, yeah, it doesn't really feel like it's a place where criminals would kind of gather, though normally you would kind of have something like that in slums like area, just not this particular place to me.
Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anybody.
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing a citizen?
Keep your lips sealed and no one will ever know. Besides, it's called buying info.
Seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Fleuve Centre lately? Anything at all?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud that it's been waking me up.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere, it's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely happened after I fell asleep.
Do you know where the noises were coming from?
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that you don't remember, or that you need to think about it some more?
You tell me.
Then please, think about it some more.
Knows how to work with people. I didn't see anything. Maybe she's just giving out some pâté de fruit. I never heard of that expression before.
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway. I came out and had a look for myself when I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare get too close. That's all I know.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the pâte de fruits.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk.
What talk?
Seems you catch on pretty quick. Now then, let's keep going.
It's not like I'm doing this for money in the first place. I wouldn't really ask her anyways. Oh yeah, the usual asking info from the bartender person, like event or scene.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson. I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Fleuve Cendre, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
So, who was the one who lost the gun in the first place?
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Chevres. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please, and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Why did it sound like more like a threat than a warning? But okay. On to the next lead. Wait. There's short teleportation, but it's like, no, don't fall down. Like, second faster. Here?
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Someone practicing shooting.
Have a closer look, Paimon. Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up, these are obviously marks from musket bullets. In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Could it have been the killer?
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendre own guns, few hide the fact from others. And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots. Anyway, let's go. There might be more to this. Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the surface.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket and took it to the Fleuve Cendres for target practice.
Wow, I haven't even thought about how someone could learn how to make a gun by disassembling it, but wow. That's just some kind of like common sense to someone like her profession, right? That works in her profession. Yeah, it makes more sense. Yeah, but it makes a lot of sense.
Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body, just like the scene in the novel.
But he would still need to somehow gather all components to make what he need to make. But I guess Blacksmith did say that she sends all those stuff down here, so I guess he was able to get what he needed to find to make his own musket.
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
About the guy who died. Yeah, who died is a good question.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendres. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man.
What? But if we were following the novel, shouldn't the guy have been a nobleman?
Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies. He was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead, much less care to leave a rose on his body. What message is the killer trying to convey, and to whom exactly?
Maybe the novelist?
We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then. In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
Then, what should we do now? We have all this new information, but it doesn't help us move forward.
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film. I'm sure that given time, new leads will present themselves.
Wait, but weren't you saying intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say then?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
And we're done with Act 2 of the event. And given how there are 5. Oh, I forgot. It moved on to the next day. So I guess I'm done with tomorrow's commissions, if I ever need to worry about that. Let's see. That done. Yeah, and we're now on the third act of the event, which will be where we will stop for today, because it seems like we are a little bit over time now. But we definitely will continue doing this next time I stream some Genshin, which will be next week. It's kind of hard to stop it like this, but definitely we're halfway there's not enough time for me to pull it off in one night. It'll at least take me at least one more night, and that's me stretching it to get the rest of it done. I'm just hoping like these two is gonna be as long as these two are, and the last one will be short, but we don't know until we get there. I guess before I end the night, I will go ahead and grab my daily commission reward. Do some artifact domains. Then we'll call it a night. I do need to spend all these resins somewhere. That's slowly building up. And with all the crystal shards, I've been say shards, but crystal fly is shards, right? No, I feel like it's something else. Well, that material, I don't feel so bad with condensing as much as I do now. It's nice having a good amount of income for that. Okay, now that we grab that, let's go ahead and spend it again searching for Ayaka's sand. Doesn't have to be perfect, just to be better than what I currently have.
Snow.
Use my usual crew. It should be quick. Everybody's all buffed up already.
Shine down.
Oh, wrong thing to do. I die, I switched to Bennett. Why does things go wrong like this sometimes? Yeah, even break their shields.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Ouch. Ouch.
I swear by my sword!
Okay, round 2. And she somehow managed to get all her energy back, which is perfect. The way I prefer to have things. This is gonna take 2 more tries, and we'll be done today. If I had artifacts space to even claim the reward, it's a problem for me. Let me think of how I want to do this. Didn't exactly get any artifacts that I needed lately. So for some reason I have a lot of emblem. Oh, it's also because I'm looking at Raiden. Maybe if I look at Ayaka. Don't really have much of that either. I have a lot more Golden Troop and the Hunter. Let me look at those very quick. I do have one locked, meaning it's potential. Candidate for somebody that could use it. Oh, but it's a Hunter. Right? No? This is the troop. Is no one using these right now? Oh, no one's using them right now. Even though I have some leveled up. Okay, wait. It's, obviously it looks like I'm looking for HP. Because this is gonna be used by Farina. And not much HP options available right now. I'll lock this one just in case, so I remember. Gotta save all the HP options. Ooh, especially if there's another HP option in the HP option. Probably crit rate and crit damage probably is wanted. I kind of tempted to give this one a try. Elemental mastery, that's okay. It's really dependent on who you use it on. But I think more importantly, I think the reason why I haven't put it on for Arena yet is because I gotta recommend it to me, right? Yep. 4-piece golden troop. Does it tell me like also what's the preferred stat to go for? It's been a while since I leveled artifacts, but they also made a lot of artifact changes. Okay, so golden troop, firm. Probably will give me a recommended. So people generally go for crit damage. Hydro or HP, or HP, I guess more. Oops. I mean to do that. Back out too much. Do that again. HP. Yeah, I remember there's like videos where recommending energy recharge because she does have energy recharge issues sometimes. You don't have enough, but that's why I gave her an energy recharge weapon. So hopefully that takes care of that and she could just worry about HP. But I'm pretty sure the reason why I haven't put anything on her yet is because I didn't have any crit damage stuff back then. Now that I see some, ooh, the defense. Sometimes you just got to go with what you have. That's a bit better. Okay, let's go with this. Nice! This is actually looking pretty good. I'll just keep leveling this one up. That's, I think they have, ooh, a lot more slots that can be used in here. Speeds things up. Oh, and is it leveling up by 4s? Very convenient. That's how it's working right now. Yeah, I think it is. That's so convenient. I haven't really paid attention to which one it went into, but I saw a crit rate pop up and then it just went to crit rate just now. It went to HP is fine. It also went to attacks fine. Most of the stats are actually fine here anyways. Attack. But theoretically you kind of want more HP. Okay, well, I think I have a lot for her to work with. She can now take the crit damage. I forgot what she was using before, though. It's okay. Whatever she was using before, it got freed up. Oh, she's using Millith. That's right. To stand in for now. Oops. Darn it. Gotta get used to... Have to get used to doing that. I think I have this leveled up ready for her to use for now. There's probably a better one I could put on later, but I could worry about that later. For now, I can use the ones that are leveled up. Which is better. This one's HP, but this one has more crit. I think HP is more important. Okay, she's using the new set, so she should be a little more useful. Assuming she already has... Oh, she's using hydro damage. Which is technically fine. Trying to think of why people want more HP. Because, I mean, HP does increase damage too, but usually you kind of want to kind of focus on other things too. Sometimes you might have too much HP and it doesn't really... It's capped. I'll keep what she has for now. I'll look up for more HP options later. Maybe I was looking for HP options, but I didn't see any good ones, and I had one good Hydra option, and that's why I put on her for now. Okay, she's slightly a bit more better now. Okay, let's go ahead and claim a reward, because I have been like in that menu trying to adjust my artifacts and timed out before, and that kind of sucks. So I'm trying to remember not to let that happen. Pass. Usually when I see defense and then attacks it, I'm like, nope, not. Especially when it's on a flower. Oh, I forgot. I'm already there.
I'm going in! Barbados, guide us.
Ouch.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Nope. See that defense? So is a no. It's new sand, but it's elemental mastery, which most crowd characters don't really need. Even though the substats looks pretty good. It's an HP goblet. That's actually not too bad. Double HP and recharge. If it had a crit that rose in the first stat, then it'd be kind of good. The elemental mastery is okay for Hydro. Usually elemental mastery kind of want it on like a Dendro character or Electro character. Not so much on the Hydro character. But it can work on some Hydro characters. I just can't think of it in my head right now. Okay, last one. Let's see what I roll. In a way, this is almost like a gacha.
My sword! Now you shall perish!
Let's have to try to position in a way it hits them both. It's pretty quick, right? Took me a while to get this combination for this particular domain to kind of go through very quickly. And for the last ones, the defense. Oh, this is good. Even though I have not really found a good use for the set on anybody that I currently have. It's like a Hydro DPS character. Those are really good substats for a flower. So I'll save that in case I ever get like a child or a Yato. I could probably use it. Not that I know if this is the set perfect for them now when there's a lot more options they could use nowadays. But I never know. So it's good to save good artifacts. Okay, head back. I'm probably gonna go ahead and like level a couple more artifacts off stream. That way I free up some space and it doesn't happen again when I'm on stream and get stuck with trying to free up space. But yeah, it's very late and I will end the stream here. So I will continue most likely enter the rest of the event on Tuesday, because over the weekend I'm gonna be most likely reserving those for collab streams. Usually either Lethal Company, Phasmophobia, or Baldur's Gate. Those are the things you can expect during the weekend. If like everybody is somehow too busy to stream with me, then I could do some Genshin over the weekend, but that's very unlikely.
More speed.
Yeah, very unlikely. Most likely we'll see more Genshin stuff on Tuesday. And for sure, I know Baldur's Gate stream will be on a Monday. At least that's what's planned so far, because this weekend's just kind of busy. So most likely Lethal Company and Phasmophobia will be what you will see in the next couple of days. Just again, depending on how many people. More people means Lethal Company, less people means Phasmophobia. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream today, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the future. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a good night. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.